Wrestling fans, there's a podcast you want to add to your podcast playlist. Wrestling with the Willies, hosted by Josh and his brothers, and they discuss all things wrestling, like WWE Extreme Rules, WWE SummerSlam, and more. You'll get the results and their reactions on all the matches you want to know more about, as well as in-depth analysis, opinions, and fallout from the events on Raw and SmackDown. Wrestling with the Willies talk about all the wrestlers you know and follow, their matches, moves, losses, and their achievements. Add Wrestling with the Willies to your podcast playlist right now. Available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcast, Google Podcast, and your favorite podcast platform.
Hello, my fellow true crime enthusiasts. Welcome back to the latest episode of Morbid Instinct, where today we are going to talk about that we watched the Netflix docu-series Homicide New York. It has 5 episodes, and it was made by Dick Wolf, who is famous for making Law and Order. And they basically talk to different detectives that are within the Manhattan districts, either north or south Manhattan police stations, if you will. And they talk about crimes that kind of stick out to them that they investigated. And the first one we're going to talk about today is the Carnegie Deli Massacre, which basically was it's like a famous deli that's in New York, and there was a girl that lived above it in an apartment, and it's basically talking about what happened to her and some of her friends back in, was it 2001, I believe it was. So we're going to kind of just talk about that. Anybody want to start?
Yeah, actually, it was, if you don't know, it's next to The Late Show with David Letterman.
Oh, yeah.
So it was right next to there. So that
Holy
might
crap.
give you a
So,
better
Josh, I didn't
idea.
even put that together, but when were we in New York?
Yeah, you might have been right there and didn't know it.
It was so that was how many years ago? So it was after that, but we literally went, but we went to Late Show with David Letterman, so we were right next to that place. There. And I didn't even realize that we were, well, well,
the name.
but until you said that, I didn't even put together that
it wasn't only that it was a murder, it was murders. Like,
yes, it was multiple.
3 people got murdered and 2 people survived.
Yeah. So it was the apartment of Jennifer Stahl, which I know they were saying in there that her claim to fame was she was, one of the dancers that was in Dirty Dancing. But she did a lot of art and things, but she also sold marijuana out of her apartment. And that particular night, I don't know if she's having a party or just having some people over. She had some friends over. And there was a knock on the door, and one of the guys went to answer the door, and I think he said the names of the people, Sean, and I can't remember the name of the other guy. What was the other guy's name? Maybe it was just Sean.
it was Dre, or Andre was the other one.
But Josh might be right. I think they might
But
have
yeah,
just
Sean
said
was
Right.
right, which she didn't normally let anybody she didn't know in her apartment. So
Yeah, he was the one that took her in the bedroom and shot her. So it was him that took her in there.
So all 5, because there was 5 people there. They all 5 got shot. They were all tied up
And duct taped.
And tied up. Jennifer was taken into her studio and shot.
They were all
right
shot
away.
in the head.
Yeah,
They were
all right
shot
away.
in the
And
head.
then the other 4 were lined up kind of in the living room, I guess. And then they were all shot in the head.
Mhm.
2 people did survive. They did have one gentleman, Anthony,
the hairdresser guy.
the hairdresser guy.
And
Anthony Vouders or
Rosamund? Rosamund?
I know his name was Rosamund.
Anthony.
She lived, but she was on the special.
I think was his last name.
But Anthony, the hairdresser, he actually spoke on as part of the series about what happened and
Rosamund's fiance Charles, he passed away. He was one of the ones that passed away.
Yes. And I do believe it said that Rosamund and her fiance, weren't they just like, they came into town for something like real quick, like a quick trip or something, like a stayover? Yeah, and it was like a quick trip, like, yeah. So it's like that one was a real like wrong place, wrong time.
Oh yeah, for
timing
sure.
kind of a thing. Yeah. Well, yeah, and he said something else too. Like they had said, like if the bullet had been just a minute little amount further one direction or something, he would have been dead. Like he wouldn't have lived.
Wow.
Which is, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But at the time, they probably look at it as survivor's guilt, you know?
Oh, I'm sure.
Why did they survive and the other ones didn't?
Especially for Rosamund or
Rosamund.
Yeah,
Rosamund. Because of her fiance.
Yeah, because he didn't even know anybody. He just went with her
to
New York or whatever.
That's so sad.
I know. It was really, really sad. So let's see. But the interesting thing is like, what was it in 2001? They were talking about how they because they actually had cameras in the hallway, like in the stairwell, which was uncommon, was not very common for the time.
But that's also the one they were talking about. That's when 9/11 happened.
Yeah,
right?
It
not
did.
too long after that.
Yeah.
So I think one of the detectives, didn't he get
I'm trying to look at my notes
related cancer, right?
Yeah.
The older guy said he had gotten, I don't know what they call it. Something related cancer.
Yeah. I can't remember yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I can't think of the term that I'm drawing a blank, but
I remember the detectives talking about it was like shocking though that you go in there and it's like 5 people are shot. Like they're like, what in the world? Like
robbery. Robbery too.
Yeah, they just wanted money.
Well, that
they thought she had money because of the marijuana.
Yeah. But that's the sad part. And then innocent people, I mean, they were all innocent, but especially people, they were just visiting her and they got killed or injured. You know, it's so sad.
Well, yeah, because they knew the one guy at least. Dre, yeah.
Dre. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He heard a gunshot.
Well, Sean was the one known by everybody.
But Sean planned it because he took her right after he walked in the door. He took Jennifer. He took her in the bedroom and shot her. Mm-hmm. So he knew, he already had it planned what he was doing. Yeah.
Well, you should. I mean, you know, you go into a bad situation and you don't think that anything bad could possibly happen. It's like it's when you're only thinking about one thing.
I mean, really, what did Dre think they were going in there to do? I mean, really. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they weren't hiding the face. Because when they were showing the video of in the stairwell to somebody, people were like, "Oh yeah, that looks like so and so."
Yeah, went to the police, you mean? Yeah, after it happened. Yeah. What really was unbelievable to me was that Sean kept giving excuses. Like at first he was saying, "Oh, I shot Jennifer accidentally."
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other time was later he said he was still lying on the stand when he said his hands were shaking and the gun went off. It was like he didn't know what he was saying. He just kept making up all these excuses.
He was just trying to find a reason, an excuse, to cover.
Even then, though, when he was in court and everything, so that shows me right there that the man, he clearly had no remorse for what he had done. You know, even then.
I always say, though, I'm surprised that anybody ever acts like they do. Because it's just, to me, if they say they do, that most of the time it's just to get a lighter sentence. Because anybody that does something like that, they don't have that in their body
to begin with.
True.
It's like they don't have empathy. They don't have anything. If they say they're remorseful for what they did, the only time I can see that possibly happening is if it's a younger person, like a teenager or something that hasn't fully developed their mindset yet. Like they get what they're doing, but the impulsivity of their actions change as they get older.
You can tell when a person does have remorse. You can tell it in their
oh yeah,
and their language and their body and everything. You can tell that they really do have remorse. And this guy, clearly had none. And
it was straws.
And it was such a senseless crime to begin with, you know, and to still have.
They just wanted the money. I mean, that's, yeah.
So So can we?
That's why she let him in, probably because she knew him.
Yeah.
So
well, yeah, because she only let people in she knew.
Well,
yeah,
she wasn't known to just let random people. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Advantage. Yeah.
Well, clearly, that's why he went up there. He thought she had enough money to rob her.
I don't even remember if it even said how much money they got out of it. Do you guys remember if they said?
No, I don't. I was looking on my.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think we pointed out everybody that died.
Okay, the
names.
I
know we've talked about
Jennifer Stahl, Stephen King.
And not the writer Stephen King, as they pointed out in the film.
Charles Trey Hellowell.
And that was
the two
fiance.
that were victims were Rosamund Dane and Anthony Vetter.
Yeah, so the Charles Hellowell was the
fiance.
The fiance of Rosamund.
So kind of just in the wrong place, wrong time, bad luck, unfortunately.
Well, honestly, they were all in the wrong place.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
well, that's why she was extreme.
They were performers. They were performers like her. They weren't drug dealers.
But yeah,
Yeah, all of them were.
But she was also, like you guys said earlier, she vetted everybody. So like Steven answered the door but said it's Sean.
Oh yeah.
And that's the only reason they got in was because she knew who he was.
So I'm not saying it was okay that she was like a drug dealer. Like that's already its own bad thing. But at least she was trying to be as safe as she could about it, I guess.
But this.
Right.
Well.
But.
And plus the people you're selling to, I mean, they could be shady or whatever.
Right.
You just don't know.
What were you going to say, Jeremy? Jeremy, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to point out that this would, from my perspective, and we kind of pointed out earlier, this is a cut and dry case. When Anthony had survived and he had notated that it was a person named Sean that came to the door, and then they tied the camera to the specific Sean and then just tied back to the guy that was with him, who was Andre. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this one was one of those where, unlike some of the other ones that we'll talk about in future episodes, this one was more cut and dry than the rest of them.
Yeah. I just think they put it on here because I think the cops just pointed it out that it was a real shocking one because it's not like one person murdered. You have 5 people that are shot, 3 died. I mean, it was like, what in the world?
Yeah, it was a homicide in New York.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's probably one of the more publicized ones, more than likely, I would assume. But they were found guilty on 3 counts, right, of second-degree murder and 4 robbery counts. I'm pretty sure that's what I remember.
Guilty, 3 counts. 3 counts of second-degree murder. 3 counts of second-degree murder, 4 robbery counts, and 2 weapons charges.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Well, I tell you one thing. Dre must have freaked out though. When he heard the gunshot in the other room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably like, what? Now what?
It's like, what the? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's thinking at that moment, he's like, well, I'm totally screwed because.
Yeah.
But I do think, didn't they go a little bit back and forth of like who was shooting who? So we still don't, I guess, 100% know who shot who or whatever, but. Right. We won't know. Yeah.
That's
well. Sean, I mean, I think too. Know how you said they. Well, and you said they didn't cover their faces, but I think also because he knew that the guy said Sean. So even without being masked, he knew that they already knew who he was anyway. Well, yeah, because they wouldn't have let him in. Yeah.
So you think Sean? Do you think Dre did most of the shooting, not Sean?
Well, I just think it's one of those where we'll never know because I believe they both tried to blame each other. So they're the only two that really probably know. Because I don't even remember if Anthony even knew who was actually shooting anybody because he was tied up and on the ground and stuff.
Well,
although I thought they said Rosamund turned around though right before she got shot. So you would have thought she would have seen the face. So she should have known. She would have known who. Well, I'm just saying she would have probably known who actually shot the four in the living room.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was cut and dry because I think Rosamund did see him. And then Anthony knew the name.
She testified and stuff. She just wasn't on this particular special.
But that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Anthony knew the name.
Yeah, Anthony said the.
And then again, they had him on camera too.
I just can't though. Talk about even survivor's guilt. Could you imagine laying there, tied up, and somebody gets shot next to you, and that's coming for you? Can you even imagine?
Oh, I know.
That's horrific.
And that was what I was going to say. Yeah. I wouldn't even want to have my eyes open, probably. I would probably want to shut my eyes just so I didn't see what was coming.
Yeah.
I mean, that's me, personally.
I mean, that's I think that's I'm sure that those two are probably still in therapy because I think that would be something that would be very hard to forget. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's lifelong trauma right there. Yeah, that's just... Well, I don't think you can probably ever get over that. I mean, that's just something they have to, I guess, teach you how to live with, I guess, but...
Well, a lot of people become stronger because of it, though. A lot of them, the survivors you see on these shows, they talk about how they're not going to let them interfere with their life. They're going to be stronger for it.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Anthony guy did say though for a while. Remember, he couldn't be by himself at night.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
He couldn't sleep at all at night, and I'm like, I totally get that. I can totally get that.
Me too. I mean, I would be like that in everything.
Right, just in general. Oh, I'm sure. Well, because that's those. Because you hear cops and everybody talk about scenes like that. It's even victims like that. It's that's stuff you can't ever unsee.
Oh, I know.
I know. I mean, And he got in trouble for that too later.
Shorts.
He got in trouble though later for not putting his suit on. It's like
he got a reprimanded, yeah.
Which I always think that's weird anyway. You know, you see all these shows and you watch these detectives and I'm like, okay, the scenes that these people are walking into, why do they have to be dressed up? I don't understand that. Like, I mean, yeah, but you're walking into like, I know, but just thinking they're walking into like these bloody scenes and stuff, and I'm like, why do they have to be in a freaking suit? I don't or the women have to be dressed up in their suits too. It's like, why can't they? I guess
they have to look in authority,
professional and authority, and it's like a whole image thing, I'm sure, because I've got that detective. Yeah, for not wearing the suit. I will have to point out that. I do have to point out, I know we're watching a very like serious docu-series, but I do have to say that some of those detectives were kind of funny. They had some comic relief in there.
I still can't wait till we talk about Catching Killer season 3.
Oh, the one guy?
That's my favorite detective that I've ever seen. Like I can't wait till we get to that episode.
Camera, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta still do season 2 first. So.
I know, but season 3, that I can't wait to talk about that guy.
Okay, well, does anybody else have anything else to say about this? Because I know, like Jeremy said, this is pretty cut and dry, so wasn't a lot of...
Actually, the only thing I thought about it after watching it was how senseless it was over just a robbery to kill 5 people like that.
Ridiculous.
Over money.
When it's like, what could you have gone to her and asked her for a loan or something? Would she have given you some money? I mean, did even... Right, but I mean...
No.
He
just...
But I mean, also, Josh, she was a marijuana dealer, I would say. I wouldn't necessarily say drug dealer because she wasn't like...
marijuana is different than hard drugs.
I mean, I get marijuana's a... Yeah.
Which is interesting now because, you know... Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting now because we talk about, she was a marijuana dealer, and now it's like, okay, but 2024, it's like legal almost every... So it's kind of like, I mean, obviously it wasn't in 2001, but...
She was a performer. Yeah,
and they said that she dealt drugs to like celebrities and stuff too.
Exactly. It's not like she was making a lot of money anyway, so she was doing that on the side to make extra money.
She was doing music and stuff. She was into music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she was being nice that Rosamond, they were coming into New York and she needed a place to stay. So she's like, hey, come and, stay on my couch or whatever. Yeah.
And especially in 2001, I mean, why would she think anything like that was going to happen?
Yeah. Well, that's a scary thing, too, though, that you do everything that you can to try to protect yourself, and then at the end of the day, it's still not enough.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
So.
Just a sad story, as they all are.
Very sad story. It was unnecessary. Those lives should not have ended.
Yeah.
Like that. At all.
I agree.
All right. Well, with that, I think, did you have something else?
No, I was figuring you were doing the closing, so I wanted to say find out what we were going to be doing in the next one.
So in the next one, we're going to keep going along with Homicide New York, and we're going to do the second in the docu-series, which was the Central Park slaying. And it's kind of a...
was it?
This was the gruesome one.
It's the gruesome one.
The series.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to do that one, and so we're going to do that one in the next one. So we will close this one out.
But yeah, if you guys are enjoying this stuff and you haven't followed or subscribed to all the podcasts on your favorite podcast platform, we would love to have you guys listening. And also for everybody here on YouTube, if you guys haven't liked and subscribed to the channel yet and you're enjoying this type of content as well as any of our other content, my streams, or all of our other podcasts, and then we just started doing music reaction videos on the channel too. So, but
and if you guys have any comments or suggestions on ones you want us to research or anything and talk about, we can do that too. So
yeah, just leave them down.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of true crime out there, so
for sure
to talk about. So yeah. So anyway, so I didn't talk about our usual characters that are on the podcast. So I will say, for Jeremy, Elaine, Colette, and Josh, and Morbid Instinct, and the Heart of Geek. Oh, Elaine. Did I say Elaine?
I don't know if you said what you know.
Okay. Jeremy, Elaine, Colette, and Josh. Good Lord. Okay. Well, for all of us here at Morbid Instinct and the Heart of Geek, we just want to say thanks for joining us, and you'll hear us next time. Bye.